weeknights. New York City's one-of-a-kind skyline, where this is a day worthy of the sport's largest stage. It's the 150th running of an American classic.
It's a pretty wild scene down here, but you know what? This is what New Yorkers do.
I'm going Justify all the way. I want to see some history.
With the 150th Belmont Stakes. He's just perfect, and now he's just an immortal. Justify has done
it. Now that New York scene, the euphoria we saw with American Pharoah, and now that new Triple Crown trophy has been handed out for the first time. A lot of big trophies and watches and a whole bunch of stuff being handed out. And as was said earlier by Randy, the party is just beginning for everyone involved with that horse. Justify winning the Triple Crown. Next Saturday, the racing continues. Start with us winning. You're into the Breeders' Cup races as we point towards that first weekend in November at Churchill Downs. The Stephen Foster Handicap in primetime on NBCSN. Randy and Jerry will be there for that. We'll back to watching Justify, that wire-to-wire victory, much like the Preakness. Gronkowski, we mentioned, coming on for second.
We saw Frosted make a little run at American Pharoah. This is similar. He made a bold run he broke very slowly, was far last early in the race, big run around the turn. For a moment there, it gave you a little pause for concern, but then Justify looked like he was too much. But a big effort by Gronkowski.
And the horse wins the Triple Crown. So those are the images you remember. But maybe one of the best images of this day is coming up here. Part owner, Rob Gronkowski. Listen and watch.
Where's he at? If he would take the sunglasses off, he might help.
Anytime I finish second, like, oh, okay, that was still pretty cool. Well, I think about Gronkowski and the Patriots finished second last year. That was in the Super Bowl to the Eagles. That wasn't a feel-good moment. That second was a feel-good moment. Here's Bob Costas.
Well, Mike, racing historians will tell you that 99 years ago, the term Triple Crown was hardly even in thoroughbred racing sports lexicon. But that's when a chestnut colt named Sir Barton became the first horse to win the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, and then this race, all in the same year. Now, just shy of a century later, another chestnut colt, this one named Justify, becomes the 13th horse to accomplish that feat. It's funny, it would be hard to find much rhyme or reason to it, but Triple Crown winners have tended to come, at least relatively speaking, in bunches. There were 3 winners in the 1930s, 4 in the 1940s, then none again until 3 in the 1970s. Another long drought followed, 37 years, but now 2 winners in just 4 years, with Justify joining the ranks of American Pharoah and all the others. Many had speculated that the feat had become close to impossible, with horses being run less and less frequently, and the mile-and-a-half length of the Belmont all but extinct. Well, Justify today, turning into tonight, turned that theory aside and did so decisively. Mike?
Yeah, great point, Bob. Thank you. And you were here for American Pharoah in that moment. That had a different feel because of the long wait and the close calls right before it. So since we've seen it so recently, as Bob said, maybe history remembers it a bit differently. How about you guys? What do you think?
Well, he's everything he was built up to be. And somebody said earlier in the week, what if he didn't like the wet tracks? Think how good he might be on a fast track. Which makes me think, with all the compressed schedule, what's he going to be like with a little rest? How good could he be with a little time off? He's barely had time to change his blanket.
I keep thinking about the oddity, the almost absurdity that in February no one had even heard of this horse. I mean, Jerry and I sent top 10 lists back and forth all winter long. Our top 3-year-olds. We debated back and forth, and then this horse just literally comes out of nowhere and wins the Triple Crown.
What about Baffert and what about Mike Smith?
Mike Smith was as cool as a cucumber. Bob, you can see the emotion, but I can't imagine what Mike was thinking, but he never showed it.
No, I'll say it again. There's no one in racing history that's better at these races as a trainer than Bob Baffert. Keeping the horses going at a high level. And we saw it again today, just more evidence.
And to a Triple Crown for the second time. And our hats off to all the men and women we work with on our Triple Crown team who do yeoman's work for getting all of you the moments and the stories that make this sport so special. And when you have the Triple Crown, you remember it and it reverberates around the globe. In this age of information overload, it seems somewhat improbable that a horse can go from unknown and unraced to unrivaled in just 16 weeks. But starting in mid-February, this chestnut colt, carrying a name inspired by his impressive physical presence, started an historic run. After winning his first 3 races in California, he faced one of the deepest Derby fields in recent memory, on the rainiest Kentucky Derby day ever. And when it was done, Justified wore the least mud in the Garland of Roses, and 2 weeks later in Baltimore, as fog enveloped Pimlico, the star emerged out of nowhere and brought us to today. And on this day, just like the Preakness, wire to wire, no one was ever ahead of Justified, the second ever undefeated Triple Crown champion. After a 37-year wait during which some wondered if we'd ever see the sport's ultimate trifecta converted again, American Pharoah reminded us it was still possible. Now it's been done again by a horse born 10 weeks after Pharoah's feat. Don't let the fact that it happened again so soon cloud the achievement. The challenge remains extraordinary. 3 races in 5 weeks. And this horse is just that, extraordinary. And now Bob Baffert, Mike Smith, and Justified take their place as part of thoroughbred history. The sport's 13th Triple Crown champion. Justified. Just perfect. From New York. Good night.
Yeah, I got some plans this summer.